Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. Wanted to shoot a video, and I want to talk about something that may seem strange, but I'm going to give you a different perspective on it. I want to talk to you about how to live like a snake. And I know that sounds crazy, but there are actually some positive attributes when it comes to living like a snake, and I'm gonna break this down. So if you get value from this, I'm challenging you to share this video. Open your mind and think about this. Now, I believe that this can go without saying that snakes aren't found atop the favorite animal list of most people, but we can learn from their slithery ways. What do I mean by that? About a dozen times per year, snakes shed their skin and leave their old skin on the ground for someone else to clean up. One way to live like a snake is to be messy and make other people clean up after you. Call me an optimist, but I think we can find a nicer way to live like this hissing reptile. So I always wanted to know, why do snakes shed their skin? You're better than the snake. I'm better than the snake. Why? Yes, there are multiple reasons, but one interesting reason is that as we grow, our skin adapts and grows with us. This is not so for a snake. When a snake outgrows its skin, it must ditch it. Therefore, the more a snake grows, the more skin it leaves lying around. And snakes grow for their entire lives. And therein is the lesson that I'm going to elocute today about snakes. So the question I asked is how to live like a snake. I'm glad you asked. Like a snake stops growing, continue to grow as a person until you die. People can get so comfortable with life that they don't try to grow anymore. What happens? What ultimately happens then is boredom, discontentment, and unhealthy coping habits like drugs. Successful people are the most susceptible to this, as they may reach what they feel is the pinnacle of their career or their field, the pinnacle of their field and life. And this is a fallacy. Nobody ever perfects any part of their life. That's why I've always said that it's not about perfection, it's about progression. And nobody reaches their full potential before they die. There is always room for growth, more to learn, and more to conquer. It's not that we should pursue bucket list items to complete. In some ways, snakes do not stop growing by its nature of being a snake. Our growth, in the same way that snakes don't stop growing by its nature of being a snake, our growth should come from our nature as curious and intelligent human beings who are born and thrive most when we explore, create, and learn. And then, like a snake sheds its skin, I'm challenging you to shed your past as needed to grow. I'm going to say that again. Like a snake sheds its skin, you got to shed your past as needed to grow. Snakes are good at literally leaving their past behind them. And I don't know about you, that makes me excited. Why? Because they renew themselves as needed to accommodate growth. It's just as automatic with them, but not with us. Think about Previous failures and emotional baggage can prevent us from growing as people for long periods of time. We too then should renew ourselves. And I'm not even trying to, be all, get into the Bible and everything, but even the Bible says that, it tells us to renew our minds. But we should renew ourselves as needed to leave our past behind us, which allows us to grow. If instead you carry dead skin, or we like to say, if we instead continue to carry dead weight, it gets emotionally heavy fast and looks like our backs when we've been in the sun all day. But before you start skinning yourself, here are some human ways to shed your past. And I'm going to say, if you a snake, do not try these. Give you 3 things and then I'm done. Number 1, you got a plan. Nothing is more impactful than a great plan that's well executed. One of the best ways to leave the past is to create a great present and future. If you're not sure what that would look like, map out your life focus levels. Number 2, replace. When snakes shed their skin, their new skin underneath looks more vibrant. They upgrade. We can do the same thing in our lives. If you're hung up on an ex, for example, find a better replacement. That sounds weird and harsh, but there are 7 billion people on earth. You've got options. And I doubt your ex is the best for you out of 7 billion, even if it feels that way. And number 3, symbolically shed your past. One study found that when people write down their thoughts on paper and threw them away, I recommend either dissolving them or burning them, but whatever. They discarded them mentally too. It would only take you a minute to do this. So why not give it a shot? So I wanted to share that with you today, give you something interesting to think about as you go about your day. I hope that it was of value to you. If it was, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video. And as always, remember in life, you have 2 choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the Moving Motivator, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.